Freedom at last, motherfucker. Wait, that's too low. That's way too low. Anyways, freedom at last, motherfucker. Freedom at last. I'm done with whatever the fuck I wanted to do. Hold on, let's listen to it. Let's see how the sound is. Listen to it. Let's see how the sound is. All right. So yeah, I'm done. This marks a new day in this bullshit. A new fucking day. You know why? Because I could do whatever the fuck I want now, and I could do whatever the fuck I want for a while now. For a while, it's gonna be amazing. I got through probably the hardest. I mean, I didn't know that I got through the hardest part of the dissertation already, but I did. So that's good. So I'm almost a doctor, and I'm literally with doctors. Listen to this shit. Listen to how crazy this shit is. Um, in this house, I utilized a fucking eye wash cleaner, right? So I put it in my eye, moved my eye around, used it for like 3 days, but then I realized that I lost a whole bunch of fucking sight. I'm like, God damn, I'm fucking blind now. That shit was tainted. That shit had bleach in it, or water, or some other stupid shit. A mix of bleach and water, some stupidity out there. So, guessing I got taken advantage of here, thinking that eye wash in the cabinet in the bathroom cabinet was safe to use, but it wasn't. That shit felt like abrasive, or like if someone used it as a polisher, because it had like stones and it was very gritty. And I continued to use it thinking that it wasn't going to affect me, but it did. And I realized it as I tried to read words in daylight, in places where I think that by then I would have been able to read the words. So I had difficulty looking at small letters at a particular distance. And I tried to focus on small letters at a particular distance that maybe 6 months ago I could read, but the irritation, based on that eye wash, Bosch and Loom Advanced or whatever eye wash, did significant damage to my fucking eyes. But I mean significant. I lost like maybe 25 feet of sight, at least 25 feet. And 25 feet's a lot distance to lose in terms of reading comprehension. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, I lost a lot. And then I realized that same day that I lost, no, not that day, but I'm guessing 2 days later, I think I went to a sandwich spot, and I tried looking at the menu, and I couldn't see the actual menu. Maybe the menu was poorly illuminated. Maybe it was the contrast between black and white. But I had to sort of squint and see what the heck is happening. So that same day, I decided to get a new eye wash to get whatever the fuck was on the eyes. And today I get in my mom's car and something immediately attacked my eyes. It's like, I don't know, something is happening around the world around me that is just fucking actively looking to hurt my eyes. And we could estimate that it's family too. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we could definitely assume that the people that are doing this shit is fucking spitballs in my eyes, or doing this specific shit. And within a second of freedom, they're already like utilizing that mischievous "it wasn't me" behavior. So I felt that in my eye. We had a little argument in the car, and I returned. So far since having that residency, I sort of cleaned most of my room. That I want to do a deep clean. I want to do a deep clean this from now January 22nd to February 22nd. I want to deep clean my room. I want to get deep into certain things, and I'm going to take my time doing it, or just attack a certain area each day until everything is done. So, the residency was good. The residency was sort of fucking scary because there's actual doctors there now. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the whole concept of entering a community of practice. You enter there as a new one, and then you're already working with doctors. You understand what is happening right now? Like, I got there, everyone that were in my particular course before this one were sort of scholars or people from school in their doctoral program. But once we got into the residency, everyone that was there, or some of them, are already considered doctors, or the faculty calls them doctors, but they are on the scholar side. They are on my side. They're not teaching the class. So you're basically in a classroom with doctors and you. You're not a doctor yet, but you're sitting there with, the questions of developing a dissertation with other doctors. And that was what was happening in these last two in this the last 5 days and the last 3 days, because it was a pretty long residency. It included two people. One of them was sort of free. You did things from 8 a.m. till about 2 or 3 and you were let go. And then 3 days of extra strict. I'm talking about my ass was glued on that seat. My ass was glued on that seat from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every fucking day. 6:30. 2 days. 2 days of 6:30. 2 days of 8 p.m. in the morning till 6:30 on this chair. 10 minutes of break in the morning. 1 hour of break in the afternoon or at lunch, which is 2 to 3 p.m. And then no break in the afternoon until fucking 6:30 here, which is technically 4 or 5 p.m. there. So I'm technically in the last residency was the most weird that I saw. I remembered. I sort of had a hint on the previous course, but then on the second residency, I absolutely hinted seeing this person, this particular member, that is acting like a scholar, or on the student side, already called a doctor by the associate dean. And then you got two other doctors communicating each other as doctors, but acting as scholars. Technically they call each other like by Dr. So and so, Dr. So and so, like two pairs, a male and a female, within the class communicated to themselves like that. And then I remember the particular guy from the first day of residency. Not the first day of residency, but the first day of the entire program. So from there, I'm putting two and two together. So this course has maybe 3 to 4 doctors already. So we are together here developing a dissertation all together. And that was what happened. I'm guessing they're either faculty or about to be faculty, or it's part of their annual residency that they need to develop something for the school just to stay relevant. You understand what I'm saying? They need to develop something for the school to stay relevant, and they're in there with you in the they return to continue doing doctoral studies, because there's for this particular degree, you return every year. Like, it's something that it's a continual basis. So after I'm done and I'm called a doctor by the start of next year, every year there's a residency. Or there's probably more residencies than that, but you continue to return. And we talked about certification to do human testing, or human resources, human testing, not like actual human testing. But overall, it was good. I didn't know before, but in this last residency, the doctor said, "Hey, does this dissertation require a revision? Do you need to revise or make changes? Check on your TK20." I'm like, God damn, I wasn't upset, but I was just like, oh shit, I gotta check if this shit needs changes. Like, oh god damn, oh shit. So I'm looking through TK20, and I search, and I'm like, check. Yeah, no, just figure out if your dissertation needs changes. I'm like, I don't know, holy shit, where the fuck TK20 shit, where the fuck, and I'm looking assessment, and I click approved as is, and I'm like, so I don't need to change shit from the second chapters. There's no changes to be made on the first two chapters. In addition to this last residency, I did also make changes, which were sort of like the doctor said, subjective. She's looking for, the doctor is looking to add certain things that were missing in certain papers, and they just complement. And I had to also send an email to the chair outlining with track changes feature what I changed in what was as is already. So you're talking about a section of a document that you don't fucking touch. You just, that's how it is, and it's only the next chapter, and that's it. Or the next 3, 4. All I'm missing is 3, 4, 5. Just 3 more chapters of it. By July, I should have the 3rd chapter of it done, and then I should be on my way to look for data and do all the rest of the work. But overall, it's pretty interesting. I felt like I wasn't gonna get fucked for it, and we'll see now. I still have to see if I need changes on it. I still need to see if I need changes on it based on that, because she's a doctor. She might find shit that she might want to change, or she might edit the whole fucking thing in her way. So I'm gonna make sure that I change everything, or that I think through this entire fucking month-long break, the things to change in my dissertation. The 30 days that I got free. Now I got 30 days to do whatever the fuck I want. I know that this week I'm going to clean, and I'm gonna do the city certification, and hopefully retrieve something from the dissertation to edit or make changes or amend, and continue utilizing track changes to send to my chair, so that my chair at least knows that I'm making changes into something that he approved as is. And that's it. I'm right. I'm like, I'm not tasting the victory, but I'm close. And it was nice. It was nice and they're from Maui, bro. Maui's so tiny. Maui is so tiny. It has fucking Jaws is in Maui, bro. Jeff Hubbard is from fucking Maui. Honolulu Bay is right there, bro. There's like, it isn't the North Shore of Hawaii. There isn't 7 miles of amazing waves of all sizes, from this big to fucking giant in 30 feet. But it's just nice and tiny. It's like 23. You could walk its thickness, and it's just, like fucking 78 miles long. It's like I don't know. It could be a Puerto Rico. It's 25 miles across. The only thing that stops you from walking across Maui on foot in a north to south is just the fucking insane amount of steepness that those hills have. But it's a really small island. It's really tiny, and she's very lucky to live there. The doctor that lives there, or the one who graded oh my goodness. And she's waking up, she woke up at 4 a.m. for 3 days to deal with that, to deal with our papers, and just to have us sitting in our fucking ass from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. every day. But I mean, glued to this shit. Glued to the wood, bruh. So yeah, now I'm sitting there still dealing with something. My eye feels sore. This eye sort of feels a little bit irritated. I utilized the new eye wash because I bought new eye wash, and I also utilized ice water to cool down my eyes, or to make my eyes much smaller than they are by putting them under water. But I'm talking about instant, man. Go into the car and something attacking your eye, but I mean like that. Something attacking your eye in an instant, just like, yep, you're not gonna see here. Don't look outside. And it's not good. It's not good for that shit to happen to you. In the mall, too. The last time I went to the mall, something attacked my eye like 13 times. This particular eye, but I'm talking about consistent. Attacking the eye, attacking the eye, attacking the eye, attacking the eye. And I kept watering it, attacking the eye, attacking the eye, attacking the eye. Like someone or something, like the Matrix is just trying to get you to be blind and shit. And then one time in the right eye that hurt and sting, and it was an extremely painful experience. when the same thing that happened to this eye happened to this eye. And it's just the devil. You understand? When the devil is working wonders and wants to see you fail, that people in general, or just your general environment, becomes a soulless activity. You start being surrounded by demons. When they want your place, they want your employment, they want your life, they want your future, they want to take your eyesight, they want to make sure you don't walk, they want to do all these evil fucking things, and nothing is going to stop them from doing these evil things, because they feel that they're untouchable, that nobody's going to believe you if something is hitting your eye nonstop 12 times. But I'm talking about enough to cover your eye and rub it. Enough to and have to touch and rub your eye. And again and again and again and again. And then if you wet it, it stops. And then again and again and again. 12 times on the left eye on this one. 12 times. And one time on this one. Just one time. That stung and it burned, and it was like soap entered your eye. And it's people. It's people. We could summarize it that it's people doing this. I don't know, I can't do it to the camera. Doing fucking physical things with their body, leading certain chemicals that are in their mouth and in certain glands inside the mouth. And people certainly have an ability to shoot that shit from their mouth into specific directions. And that's what hurt me 12, 13 times in that shit. And people like that aren't going to stop. That's the thing about it. When they want you blind, they don't want you to see, and you continue recognizing that I lost 25 feet of sight already. This is not bullshit. I lost 25 foot of sight in terms of reading capability because of one eye wash. One single eye wash completely fucked up my sight recently. I used to see and at a particular distance words and letters. I can't see those letters no more based on one single eye wash. And you could tell when it's something like that it's an actual problem, that you sort of made a mistake. You could tell. And it was something that was in this house that might have been done on purpose. If you understand what I'm saying. And they're not going to admit it. I just hope they burn in hell. You understand what I'm saying? I just hope that if heaven and hell are correct, or if they are jihad, that their necks get cut like pigs in a slaughterhouse, just like right off, or sizzle in hell. Sizzle. Or getting fucked in the ass by demons. Because when they're trying to take your sight, they're trying to stop you from walking, trying to stop you from being successful, trying to stop your career, trying to take your money, trying to do these fucking things, trying to do trying to stop you from doing things because they think that they are overlords or overrulers of your life and shit. They don't stop, man. They don't stop. And you recognize your own physical power, know that you are one punch away from them completely blacking out. Like one solid punch to the forehead is all it takes to take anyone, put anyone asleep on the ground, completely collapse until the whole world comes back into view. Just one single punch in the forehead with all my might could send someone just to sit down and wonder what the fuck they have, the type of mistake that they're in. Just one single punch. But I'm not here to punch people in the forehead with all my might. I should, but I'm not. And I continue, taking, crossing my hands in nonviolence, maybe yelling, listening to their rage when they get caught, because they like to get extremely violent. They like to scream. They like to they like to yell and spit straight hypocrisy, recognizing that they're the ones touching the eyeball, touching your face, spitting your face, doing the shit. Knowing that they're the problem, they become extremely violent people, trying not to even Not because you're telling them that they did it, but because they're tired of listening to you. They're tired of you. They're tired of listening to you mention that you're hurt. And seconds ago, 30 seconds ago, they were spitting in your eye. You understand what I'm saying? 30 seconds ago, again, something entered your eye. And it leaves like a pool. Like, I clean my eyes now, and I'm sort of noticing how clean eyes have a no film between the eyelid and the eye. Like, utilizing the eye wash that has like an astringent property or whatever, cleans the perimeter of the eye, cleans everywhere where I put it on, and then after it dries the next day, you see that between eyelid and eyeball, around the cornea and everything else, there's not a film or a liquid or an excess of liquid, and that's that spit. Those aren't my eyelids. That isn't my. Those aren't my tears. That's some foreign substance. That's like sticky and mucus, not mucus like, but it's clear and it sort of stays there. And I'm utilizing pHs, utilizing solutions that clean the eye, utilizing cold water and cold compresses to be able to recognize how my eyes were before something happened, and then immediately check how the affected eye turns viscous, gets that film on it, gets that excess, and gets that fucking spitball lodged between eyeball and that literal spitball in some form of mucus between the eye and the eyelid, and you could see it. It's like right at the earth. It basically whatever it is coats the eye in its entirety, and you could sort of see it, and it's visible. And then you notice the affected eye, and you see the normal eye, and then between that's when you look at it, it's like dry. So you see a dry eye, it's absolutely white. Between eyelid and eye, there's no phlegm on it, or there's no liquid, or there's no solution. There's anything in that motherfucker that you could tell, because it's a dry eye and just the normal anatomy of the eye. And then you see the one that's affected, and it's sort of irritated, obviously, because spit will fucking irritate, and it sort of pools right there at the edge of the eyelid where the eyelashes are. Just a little bit, you could see it, like a little tiny film between eyeball and that. And it's really fucking sticky. It sticks to the eye. It's really hard to come out. And it's fucking people spit. It's people forcibly utilizing microscopic spitballs looking to make you blind. And making people blind, I'm guessing, was a fucking country ass shit to do in the past, in my opinion. Because these people do it like it's nothing. The people that live here, my eyesight has decreased significantly. I used to be able to shoot a fucking 145 meters, 160 or 80 meters or some shit like that. That's far as hell. And I could see down that way clearly. I can't see anything clearly anymore. And then when confronted, their hypocrisy is that you're old. Their hypocrisy is the medical system. Their hypocrisy is get glasses. Their hypocrisy is get diabetes. Their hypocrisy is just be a fucking slave to medicine like they are. Because their hypocrisy is that, you were born perfect. But they have been actively for the past 10 years, 11 years that I've lived here, try to take my sight, and have successfully done it. They have successfully decreased my line of sight and my focus by enlarging the eye in some shape or form. And if it's not enlarging the eye, it's not correctable. If it's not correctable, it's actual corneal damage. It's something that is chemical. It's like a chemical attack. I have both eyes. Both eyes have suffered over time extensive chemical attack from natural biological fucking agents. The enzymes in spit break down food, break down matter, digest things. So you could say that my eyeballs are absolutely digested by the people that live here. Because to them, that's some country ass shit. And fuck it, I got true grit. Real true grit. But they, in the head, don't realize what they done. You understand what I'm saying? They don't say it. And when they do it, and every time they fucking do it, I go out there and check my eye and realize that my eye was dry all of a sudden. And all of a sudden, there's that little spitball only when I'm facing them. You know, I see the actual waste in the eye only when I'm facing them. Not when I'm doing anything else. Not when I'm facing the computer. Not when I'm doing something else or out there on the street. Now, if I'm facing them and they're speaking to me or talking to me or doing some other shit, and I go investigate what the heck landed in my eye, you could see the small film. The snot. It's not even snot. It's like this crystal clear shit that irritates your eye and turns it orange or whatever. And you notice it. Your eyes are dirty because someone fucking just spit in it, and you have to go clean your shit again. You have to go clean it, reduce the pH. You know, if saliva is an acid, you know, return the balance to eyeball health, and then put a cold compress in it, and settle it. Right now, my eyesight, even after getting spit on just once, not the 12 times like when I went to the mall, or the single time with some from something even deeper in the gland like the right eye, it's absolutely clear. I could see clear. It's the eyesight. I just do a quick short check, and by looking at the how do you call it? At the hour, I'm fine. It's a little bit white. It's not like dark. There's not much of a, because obviously I've been doing a couple things, so it's kind of a little bit whited out. But I could see the number or the hour quite clear, so it's all right. It's not, both of my eyes aren't that irritated, but these are facts. This isn't some bullshit. These people are country motherfuckers. And they, through hypocrisy, think that blinding people is okay. And I'm pretty sure that killing people to them is okay too. In my opinion, that's the final matter. If you're willing to take someone's sight for whatever the fuck you believe, or just because you envy the motherfucker, you know, you should be authority should be worried about you. Somebody should fucking put an eye on you and figure out what the fuck you're really doing. You understand what I'm saying? And luckily, me as a doctor, eventually, there's going to be good money in it. Something's going, you know, money's going to come to me eventually. And I'm going to get paid and I'm going to walk. And I just got to make sure that I'm not being followed, stalked, predated, so that it doesn't happen again. Because they don't care. They'll spit hypocrisy after spitting in your eye. Straight hypocrisy. Oh, there's medicines, there's doctors, there's places, there's driving, there's places, there's doctors. You could get eyeglasses, driving a car. You could get eyeglasses, you're old, you this, you that. They cost everything. They literally, over time, did so much fucking assault in my eyes, so in so many motherfucking occasions, I can't even see a menu no more. And it's non-correctable. They wish that it was correctable, but I know it's non-correctable because I understand non-correctable vision. I understand the difference between non-correctable and correctable vision. They think that it's correctable, and want me to walk into a ophthalmologist and tell them, yeah, I can't see short, I can't see far, so that they fix this shit. That shit ain't fixed like that. We're talking about chemical damage, man. You know? That's the effect of liberalism in America. Or not even liberalism, just straight fucking outcast, disgusting ass families that should have never reproduced in the first place. The values, ideologies, and story of individuals that should have never fucking escaped their shithole country to do this shit to their own kids. You know? All because they're sick. All because they got cancer. All because I was born perfect or whatever. Those are the excuses of their hypocrisy. Those are their excuses. And I haven't even mentioned, I just threw out the eyewash that affected my sight considerably. I just threw that shit out. I threw that shit out. I wasn't going to argument that I could see even less because of it. It had a permanent effect on my eyesight, just like bleach would, just like any other chemical would. And that's the evidence on the table. You know, a jury has to decide, hey, is Enrique telling the truth? Or is this just some bullshit? Because all they're looking is for retaliation. They're looking for retaliation for my success or to stop me from succeeding. And I'm going to continue with my hands like this because I know my power. It takes one single punch from this fist in someone's forehead and you'll sit down. You'll wonder, well, who the fuck hit me? Why the fuck was I hit that like that? Just one single one in the center of the forehead. I don't have to swing. I don't have to do that. All I need to just go like, pop, and someone just falls. Because I learned. I got self-defense. And that's what my family likes to do. That's what my family has done. And they continue to do it. Their mental illness, their regression, continue to do that shit. They're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop. They'll continue acting like hypocrites. Oh, doctor, oh, you old, oh, you this, oh, you that. When in reality, you're blind because of them. And they act like regular people. You know, we're talking about crimes as bad as taking someone's cornea with a fucking razor blade. They act like regular people after the crime's committed. Like if nothing happened. People with no remorse. Zero guilt. Zero accountability. And if challenged, if even fucking challenged to the existing phenomenon or what's been happening with my eyesight in here, they're gonna lay back and say old age, this and that, continue to defend it until you pull out a polygraph, until you pull out a lie detector, until they say the truth, until you pressure them with life, or you pressure them with imprisonment, and they'll start speaking. But you still have no eyes. You still have no eyes. You know, law enforcement in America could pressure your family into telling the truth after they know that they're going to be shit deep in problems. From fines, imprisonment, lack of freedom, me walking my ass wherever the fuck I'm headed, me walking away from it, because I'm not going to throw that first punch, me walking away from it. And they show no remorse. There are people that show no remorse, that don't give a fuck of what they have done with my eyesight, with my past lives, with what I've tried to accomplish, with what I tried to accomplish, with what I have accomplished and what will accomplish. They don't care. They don't care. They're willing to blind you. It has the same effect. Putting chemicals in someone's eyes to blind them has the same effect as fucking taking the motherfucking eyes out the motherfucker. The same effect, like taking a fucking razor blade and taking that motherfucking man's corneas. Has the same effect. Either spit, chemical, whatever the fucking way it is. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. Oh, they want to lay back and say, oh, old age, oh, this and that, oh, this and that, oh, diabetes, oh, this and that. But they don't see how I add correlations to it. They don't see how I predict already certain things from not happening. Like paying attention to them, what they're doing, try to maintain a steady angulated angle so that they can't spit straight, either to my eye, to the mouth, to the side of my mouth, to my bottom lip. They like wetting my bottom lip when they speak. They can't wet my face because my face would feel it more. Try to wet my eyebrows with their spit, my bottom lip, hit my eye. And over time, one learns to clean that shit. But after 10 years of the same shit, spit turned into motherfucking battery acid. Over time, the same irritation, the same enzymes from their fucking mouth, in addition to laced shit, or stepped on fucking eye drops, or straight malice. You know, it's like, instead of taking 10 years, they could have just fucking entered my room and just put fucking straight bleach in my eye. Or some real chemical so that I never see again. Because that's what they did. And their hypocrisy is called old age. Old age, you're old. Go get glasses. Go get glasses. Go this and that. Go this and that. Go get glasses. It's because you're old. It's because of this. It's because of that. Right after. Seconds after, they just spit in your fucking eye. Seconds. When you're already thinking that you have no water bottle to clean your fucking eye after they just spit on it. And they're not going to admit it. They have no remorse. They need law enforcement pressure and good service time, or good time doing community service, time in prison, so that they put them shits in place and never spit a man's eye again. Because their country is hell. They'll bring excuses why he blind me. All because he doesn't drive. All because we maintain him. They'll figure out some excuse in their devilish conscience. They're like, oh yeah, he can't see because he has us in our crimes. He can't see, he shouldn't have sight. He shouldn't have this and that. In their head, they sort of justify the actions that have happened in the 12 years that I was here. I'm coming from military service. I had 140 meters. Shot iron sight. Hit that shit. Could see that shit clearly. And now I can't even see letters that are this big. Maybe even bigger than that. 25 feet from me. So that you see the malice and the intent is there. It's just to lay back and say, oh yeah, we blinded him. Everything that he owns is ours. Everything that he owns and he gets in his lifetime, if he stays here, we're going to keep. And they kept my eyesight. They undoubtedly stole my eyesight and tried to steal, and have already stolen way more than it. They went from material things, they went from life-changing things to physical things. Because they think that they can manipulate someone's existence. They're evil. They need to get fucked in the ass by the devil every day while sizzling in hell for the rest of eternity. For the rest of eternity. They need to burn in hell, sizzle in hell while getting fucked in the ass for the rest of their entire soul lifetime. Which is not an earth lifetime. It's thousands and thousands of thousands and thousands until they come back as demons on earth, or maybe the devil lets them go and turns them into ghosts and some shit. Living only their death. That's what bad people do in life, man. That's what cartel members do. Put you in a vat of acid or kill you or shoot you. In this type of situation, it's best to just shoot me. You gonna take my sight? Just fucking shoot me. Take my fucking life, you dumb, stupid whore. You ain't my mother. You understand what I'm saying? But no, trying to cause a major accident. Instead of killing me, putting a bullet in my head, and taking a charge to the face, she took my sight when I was 34, or it was a slow process. My sight has been slowly been taken from me through abuse and saliva and just straight malice since an earlier age. And now in the future, if I get in a car, I might hurt someone because of them. Not because of me, but because of them. They don't kill you. They don't want to kill you. They want to keep you here because you are worth something. You're a doctor. You're a future doctor. You got money in your pocket. You're someone that a lot of people pay attention to or whatever. But they took your sight. And that gives them that pride that you're blind. It makes them powerful. It gives them an excuse to spit hypocrisy. Gives them an excellent example. Oh yeah, you could correct that. You could go to the doctor. You could And I was a fucking bum that had no money. They're talking like if I got billions of dollars to spend on healthcare. Recognizing that I'm not going to enter inside a hospital, inside an office of any type of specialist to fix anything. They know I'm not going to fix anything. They know I'm not going to get any type of treatment because that's their world. That's the world and their ideal of what life should be. Going to the doctors, getting medicine for diabetes, going to the doctor, finding out you got cancer, getting medicine from cancer and dying from the medicine that they gave you. That's what they want for other people or for me. And I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Why? Because I learned that doctors sometimes don't want the best from you. Don't want the best for you. It can't be trusted. They just can't be trusted. And then you got people here now spitting hypocrisy after making your eye fucking burn in the car. Yeah, I burn. And then you're sitting here with something in your fucking eye. The second you were exposed to them, the second you were about to do something, just because they want that story. They want that control. They want your sight, baby. They want your sight. Your sight's what gives them power. Taking your sight from you, or your ability to see, gives them power. And I hope that they burn in hell for their decisions. I hope that when they realize if they made it out of heaven or out of earth, they burn in hell for it. That's my honest desire right there. That they sizzle in the pit of hell, in the pits of fucking hell, while taking dick in the ass for 3,000 more years. Because I don't deserve to be blinded by my own family. I didn't even deserve this family. They just put me here to put me through abuse or to die. To see me die. To have pleasure in seeing me dying. Because everything good happens to me. And everything bad happens to them. And in the end, like I said, an actual jury will see that they have no remorse for what they've done. By taking a really sharp blade and taking someone's cornea right off their eyes. They got no remorse for it. They'll spit hypocrisy. They'll say, oh, doctor, oh, old age, oh, this and that. And I lost 25 feet of sight by utilizing an eye wash that was in the bathroom. And in 11 years, from being able to see a target at 140 meters to not being able to see the regular shape of a United States town lettering in roads, which is a particular height, maybe like 4 feet tall, 4 inches, 4 inches and like 2 inches wide at approximately 25 feet. I can't discern what's there anymore. And it's not the actual refraction process. You got to understand that. It's chemical damage. It isn't that I can't see at a distance. It isn't that I can't see at a distance or I can't see nearsighted. It's not nearsighted and it's not farsightedness. It's chemical damage. It's chemical and biological corneal damage. And they're not going to admit it. Gonna laugh about it with the cuffs on. Maybe spit at the cop. Maybe try to resist arrest. And those are the things that are happening to Terror Destroyer 5K. Those are the things that he has to deal with every time he faces people that have a tick to spit. A tick that they become so proficient in sending a millimeter of their own spit from the bottom of their mouth into wherever they think it's going to hit. And here you got the live example of what happens when you spit in someone's eye a little bit too much. And it's not even spit. It's a particular gland that's underneath the tongue. It's something that comes from there. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. And I wouldn't doubt my abilities for them to enter my room, go inside the bag, inside my backpack, because they think that they own anything I buy, and go and tamper with any more eye health stuff. Take the eye wash that I bought, that is clean and sterile, and maybe spit in it, maybe use it, put it to their eye, maybe do some other stupid shit. And they show no remorse. They act like they didn't do anything. You tell them, yo, I can't see because of you motherfuckers. They act like it wasn't them. Act like it wasn't them. It's never them. And I got them in so much fucking crime, so much fucking thing before and after I left the military. It's just bad. They're just bad people. I just don't have any other legal guardian. These are my only legal guardians, so I have to deal with their bullshit. And unfortunately, I've gone from loss of material stuff, loss of life-changing stuff, employment, careers, and now physical stuff. I'm losing things because of them. I'm losing money. I'm losing careers, talents, wasted time, and I'm losing my body. They've been attacking my body in such a tactical way. It's best to just pull the fucking trigger. They're going to continue to do it until you can't see forward. They're willing to do it over and over and over and over and over and over again because they got glasses until I can't see until I can't see myself in the mirror. And like I said, it's not nearsightedness and it's not farsightedness. I got a perfect balance in terms of that. I got perfect eyesight in terms of that. I went to the military with 20/20 vision. Since I've been here, now I can't see something that's 25 feet away. Can't see letters in a road sign 25 feet away. I can see a stop sign, but I can't see the letters on the road on a corner. And that's their witchcraft bullshit. That's the shit that should have killed them before they had me. It's that witchcraft, trabajos espirituales or whatever. And they're conscious as people that are going to go to hell. No mercy. Going to burn in the pit of hell. Sizzle in that motherfucker for doing that shit to me. Sizzle. And I will continue holding my hands clenched in peace for compassion. I'm not going to throw that punch that will knock him out because I hit really hard. It just takes one single punch to the middle of the forehead to shut someone down or to neutralize the threat. They'll fall on their ass. They won't know what's going on. It takes one single punch. And it's a very big target. It is in the chin. It is in the chin. It is in the side of the head. It's just a straight right to the middle of the forehead. And people are going to sit down right there. And they're not going to stop. That's the worst thing about it. They're going to continue doing this behavior. Because they think that they have a right to take your sight. They think that they have a right to take your legs. Or your ability to work. Your ability to educate yourself. Your ability to have a family. To have a career. To do all that shit. And then they want to call me crazy. Or they have their story set in place. They have their false ideas set in place already. Their hypocrisy. They're ready to spit the bait in a second. After taking my sight. And it was all brujeria. It was all some trabajo. It was all some espiritual bullshit. It was all someone else's will. Someone else's the orders of someone else to blind me so that I have no sight. It was all something that should have gotten them chopped up into little pieces with a machete. But I mean chopped so that I never return here. So that I never, ever returned here. Because these people aren't my parents. Spiritually, biologically they may, but spiritually they lost who they are a long time ago. They're here to take sight, rape, smear, slander, act like hypocrites, causing the trick, trying to trip you up, trying to hurt you. And they won't stop. In my opinion, I don't think my family, or at least my mother, is going to stop trying to take my fucking sight. The last time I went to the mall, she spit on this eye 13 times. Over and over and over. And she would turn around while driving like this and do it. She would do it in such a fucking unique way. Just turn around and look and spit precisely in the eye, bruh. Turn around like this and pop, hit you in the fucking eye and keep driving. Touch you like this. You in the supermarket looking at things, she would try to act slick and touch your eye and pull the eyelid down. As you're walking by, think that she's slick and touch your fingers as you're entering through a doorway with your hand behind your back. She thinks she's fast. She thinks that she is fast. And she's a very dangerous person as my biological mother. She's someone that has lost her ability to do the right thing for a long time. Even Donald Trump told her to not spit on her food when they were trying to disguise themselves around me in New York City. I remember walking past them, ignoring them like pieces of shit because they were just trying to steer my attention towards them to get me away from being famous or from being with the people that I was with. And she was sitting with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump told her to not fucking spit. So that you realize how knocked in the how many nuts and bolts loose she has in her head. That's my actual mother. Grabbing the burger and spitting in the burger full of hate. Spitting in the burger full of hate. And Donald Trump told her to stop spitting her own burger. And I'm never going to forget that night. Because one has really good friends in life. Really good friends. And others that aren't really anything in life and want to take your sight, want to take your place, want to put whomever they love in your position, want to rig the scales against you, want to act like hypocrites. And in the end, they need law and order, they need a good trial, they need good legal pressure. Good, excellent legal pressure. But I'm talking about astounding legal pressure that you tell them, for Enrique's eyesight, we're going to give you 15 years in jail. You're 63 right now. All you have to do is admit it. And we'll get it down to a slap on the wrist. Because he can't see anymore because of you. Like that. Pressure. Real pressure. To that their guilt, their consciousness, what they done yesterday, what they done that day in the mall, what they done in the past, starts to tighten deep that fucking guilt and that consciousness. Law and Order, 15 years for blinding a man. Chemical attack, 8 to 15. 8 to 15, and get him to say the truth, and that's it. In front of everyone, in front of the jury, in front of the judge. Stand there and say, yeah, I blinded my son because my grandmother and my own mother wanted him blind because he's a worthless piece of shit and he doesn't deserve anything because we envy him. And that's it. Be grounded with what they believe, not act upon it. Be grounded. You hate me? You envy me? Fuck it, say it. Say it every day to yourself. Say it, yell it every day. But don't act upon it. Don't act upon it. They took my sight. My own mother took my sight. And they want to lay back and say they didn't do nothing. Didn't do nothing. Didn't do nothing. Prove it. Prove it. Didn't do nothing. I'm a soldier. I was 20/20 and saw 140 out. Clearly. And hit 140 out too. Because I hit iron sight at 140. 140 is a long shot. I can see that fucking target clearly down there. And that's what they did here. Doing their trabajitos with spit from underneath their mouth. I ended up losing most of what connects me to the world. What actually connects me to the world. The sight and eyeballs. What they want so much. Because I know how to make this better. I know how to live better than them utilizing just my sight. They can't even think anymore. They're like busted down robots. Or just flesh that is completely worthless and about to expire. They need to propagate like virus and kill everything around them so that nothing can enjoy the rest of their life after their death. And I wish it was nearsightedness or farsightedness that could be corrected with traditional contact lenses or with eyeglasses. But I know it's not going to correct because I went and I tried to correct. I went and I tried to correct my sight. And none of them work. None of them work. Or none of them work because they had already started vandalizing my sight since I was a bum. Or since I lived in the street, they had already started doing the same things. Putting stuff in my eyes when I'm asleep. They had already started. Before I left to the military, they had already started trying to take my sight like sick people, like sick, perverted, disgusting people that envy you. And all they need is that judge sitting up there and saying 15 for blinding your son. You could get 1 year or probation for 4 and community service if you admit it. All you need to do is admit that you blinded your fucking son. Because it was your mother's wish. Because he already has the people, he already told us, or we already know the people that blinded him on the street when he was a homeless man. We already know exactly who were they acting as goons or gang members from my grandmother or from your mother. All you need to do is admit it, and you'll get away from 15 years in jail. Just say, I blinded my own kid. I took the sight of my own kid. Like that. Sit down in the middle trial and say, I took the sight of my own kid. And justify that motherfucking shit. In front of everyone. In front of 15 juries. And have the fucking judge keep his fucking word. Have the judge keep his word. Give her the fucking 1 year and the community service. And me not be there. Me not be in her life for the rest of my fucking life. That's what people do in life, man. That's what people do. And I don't suck my thumb. I'm not some hypocrite. I can't see much no more. They're trying to take the portal from my world. Trying to take the portal from my world because they got nothing else. They're going to claim that I was an alcoholic. They're going to claim this. They're going to look for liver damage. They're going to look to defend their argument in so many ways or forms. But they're spit, sabotaging medicine, sending goons to blind me hearing my own grandmother say blind him, and the attitudes, or basically the involuntary reaction to speak to my mother in a particular angle, making sure that whatever the fuck she's going to shoot from her mouth don't hit me. We have them in my sights. I have them personally in my sights. And that's all I wish. You blinded your son. You blinded your fucking son. You're going to get 15 years. And you're 60, 62. Admit it, 1 year. And community service. And have them all start talking. And then that clica shit, that gang shit, that trabajo santero shit. Wash my hands like Pilates. In front of them, get them crucified. God bless them in their entire existence. I'm gonna shut down the stream. I gotta go pick up my. I gotta go get my laundry. Gotta go get my laundry downstairs that is nice and clean. And I think I might do something on the computer. Let's see what we do. Let's see what we do. I love this phone. This is the best phone ever. This is my phone. I love this phone, baby. It's my phone. And it has that battery shit. See that? It has that tons of battery shit. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. See that? It has tons of battery. It has fucking amazing amounts of battery on it. Oh my goodness. It's fucking days. So yeah. I'm gonna go get my laundry and shower. And I'll probably start streaming or do some other shit. Obviously with fucking clean clothes. If I clean this in my room, it means I'm trying to clean. Hopefully I didn't burn them. I'm drying them here in my room. Clean my mats. So if I clean this mat, it means I'm cleaning. So I gotta get deep these days. Okay, the next couple days, just start attacking certain things in my room. Get everything nice and dust free and ready to go. So yeah. And I'm going to go get my clothes, shower with a nice clean towel, and return to my room and turn off the lights and maybe play some games. I don't know what games I'm gonna play, but definitely play some games. I was playing Slither today, bro. I got like number 4 on it. Got really good on Slither all of a sudden. Carried away playing Slither, waiting for the class to end. Bruh, I got to like level 4. So yeah. I'll be right back.